So yeah, let me set the stage, right? So I went to a small high school. I'm a small high school in Berrien, Washington. I don't know if y'all know where that is, but it's kind of like, I guess you can consider it like White Center. So I went there for freshman year and then sophomore year, and then I went and transferred to the stadium during my sophomore year. I want to say like halfway through my sophomore year, but yeah. So I met her in my first high school I went to when I was going to Evergreen, which is a hella small school. I think it's called like they got the terms like A school or B school, some shit like that. It was like the smallest one. It was just dummy small. Like everybody knew everybody. And then to make it worse, they had it like split up in three sections. You had arts, then you had health, then you had what's it called? What was the third one? It was like some science or some shit. Tech. It was tech. So you got arts, health, and tech. And this is all one school, but they break it up to where now it's three schools in one school. That shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was stupid as hell. I don't know why they did that, but and a lot of people that went to arts wasn't even trying to do nothing in arts as far as a career. Like they had like dancing, fucking arts, like crafts and stuff. They had pottery and stuff. This shit like you were never gonna do. Well, most people wasn't gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my first high school I went to. So I forget why we moved like halfway through my sophomore year. And like once you already been established in a school, like you know everybody, you got your core friends. You ain't really trying to move, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not really trying to leave that behind. You know what I'm saying? You probably like, fuck man, why the fuck I gotta move to this new place? I ain't gonna know nobody, I'm gonna be a stranger. Like, I know a lot of people hate that shit. Move from Seattle. We had moved from Seattle, where my old school was, all the way to Tacoma. From Washington, Tacoma and Seattle, they necessarily never got along like a long time ago. Like it was a big thing back then. Like I don't know why. And I'm sure like some places where y'all stay, it's something like that. Like the north side don't get along with the south side, or the east side don't get along with the west side. Like stupid shit like that. So I'm already going there thinking like, damn, I don't know nobody. I ain't gonna have no friends. And then I'm from Seattle, so they're not gonna like me. And then like my uncle, he for real. Like he really for real. Like he pushing 40. Ain't he? So his mindset stuck in like the 80s. He like, oh, you go there, they not gonna like you. They go want to fight you because you from Seattle. And I'm like, it ain't really like that no more. Like no one politicking like that. Like back then, that's how y'all was politicking, but we not doing that like that. Mindset's like, fuck, I'm about to go there. I ain't gonna know nobody. I'm gonna fucking have to probably fight every day or some shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? Is doo-doo. We left a nice ass house. Like, what, this motherfucker was so fat. Like you could take the living room and make it another room, and it was the downstairs had its own bathroom.
And then had a kitchen.
That motherfucker going crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
You got a stairway to go upstairs. You got mom.
But nah, though, this is the raw part though. The raw part is like, say you walking into the living room, right? So you got the front door, and then the kitchen is to the left. Once you enter the front door, then once you keep going straight, the bathroom's to the left. And then they got these doors that open up like this, like you going out to like a balcony or some shit. And that opens up the living room. Bro, that shit was crazy. I ain't gonna count. That house for like, I ain't gonna say it was a downsize. I mean, it was a cool house. Like,
We went on a downgrade.
downgrade, it just wasn't cold like that one. That one was raw as hell. And then we all had our rooms at the top floor. It was 2 stories. That bit was cold, I ain't gonna lie. And my mom takes me to see the school, right? Stadium. Bruh, like I told you, I come from a little ass school where it's like, say what? fucking not even, maybe like, no cap, like 100 people, swear to God, just because they break the schools up into like 3 sections. So it's about like 100 people. I'm going to this big ass fucking castle, fucking Harry Potter ass school. I'm thinking like, man, what the, am I finna learn magic in this bitch? What the fuck? And they go finna show me how to cast spells in this bitch? I really wasn't feeling it because, you know, I had to leave my friends behind. And I had to leave the girl I'm finna talk about behind, which we was cool, like, you know what I'm saying? We was getting to know each other. And I wouldn't say it was like going anywhere at the time, but like we was talking every day type shit. So I was like, fuck. And I didn't have a car because I was too young. And I didn't have a job, so I'm like, fuck. This relationship probably not even going, it's over before it really began type, you know? Fast forward to like, pretty much to the end of the sophomore year. We pretty much got like a good ass bond. We talking like every day still. I really thought the distance was going like fuck our relationship up, but she was still fucking with the kid. I ain't gonna lie, she was fucking with the kid still. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought my chances was good as gone, like doo-doo. But she was still fucking with the kid. So I could still bust it out there. We could still go to the mall. This, you know, like, you know, when you was young, you would go to the mall just to be there, just to buy a few items. Like, you basically window shopping and eating food, like, but that was a date back then, you know. Kind of adjusted to going to this new school, like, kind of, you know, I know a couple people. I'm familiar with the classes. I'm familiar with the teachers. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna adapt to wherever environment you are. Like, that's just life. So I kind of adapted. So, and it wasn't that bad, I guess. It was actually, I didn't end up adapting. I was familiar, sort of, basically, like, yeah, I'm cool with the routine. I'm cool with, like, you know, going to school, but I was homesick, bro. Like, you get homesick after a while, after you've been gone from somewhere you've been there your whole life. Like, I was dummy homesick, bro. Like, I missed pretty much West Seattle. I was homesick. And so I was hopping on the bus, bam, hopping on the bus, bam, hopping on the bus. And that bitch like $2.50. I want to say it's like $3 now. That bitch was like $2.50 hop on the bus. Mind you, the bus does go from Tacoma and Seattle, which is like 45 minutes, about a smooth hour if you go the speed limit, but 45 hours if you know what I'm saying, you smashing. But yeah, that bus was $2.50. I'm like, bruh, back and forth, that's $5. And I was going like twice a week, so that was $10 a week. I missed my bros. I even missed some of the punk ass teachers. Like, you know, it was bad. I missed some of the teachers I ain't even like. It was bad. I ended up getting kicked out for a little bit. Like, I got kicked out at the end of junior year. And for me, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't a bad thing, because I'm like, I'm about to go straight to West Seattle, kick it with the homies. I'm finna go see everybody I couldn't see because I was too far. And then I had what I felt was like first time freedom, you know what I'm saying? We get into the part where I meet my girlfriend's ex. So at this point I didn't really move out, but I was kicked out. So I was out of the house, and my homeboy, he let me stay over there for about like pretty much whenever I wanted to. I was staying at his house. One day his mom was like, when is your friend going home? And then I guess he had told her like, right now he not going home. I guess he had broke it down to her like what happened. So she was cool with me staying there for a little bit. So during that time, I'm seeing, you know what I mean, my girl at the time, and she's telling me like, you should come over to my house. Mind you, I've never met no one's parents at this time. This is my first time. So I'm like, and then what makes it even more like I guess scarier at that point was they weren't the same race as me. So in the back of my head, I'm like, man, I'm already knowing how this finna go. This finna go something. He black, what the fuck he doing here? And it pretty much did go that way. Like, it pretty much went the exact way I was thinking it was.